Coaches, today on the channel, I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can use your air raid offense to establish a dominant running game. If that interests you, stay tuned and welcome to Air Raid Nation. Coaches, welcome back to Air Raid Nation. This is Coach Coltharp again, and today's topic is air raid run game. And that's right, I get this question all the time. Coach, how can you run the ball and still be an air raid team? Well, it's really simple, and today we're going to look at 3 ways to make that happen and why you can have an efficient, effective run game with your air raid. And these are kind of videos you like, man. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the video, click your bell notification so you know when we go live. We're going to be doing about a video once a week. We're going to try to stay on that schedule and be real regular as we go into our football season here in North Carolina. And please, guys, don't skip that, because about 55% of the guys that watch the videos aren't subscribed, and it really would mean a lot to me if we could hit 5,000 subscribers by our channel anniversary here in May. We're going to be coming up on 2 years, man, and it's been such an exciting journey, and I love getting all the messages from you guys saying how the videos on the channel have helped you in your program. So if I can help you anymore, make sure you hit me up on Twitter at Coach Coltharp. If you want to help me grow the channel more like that, we have our Patreon and we have our channel memberships. Also, check out our new Flight 21 merch over on our Teespring store, man. Some pretty cool stuff. Got a really cool design for 2021. We're going to try to take off with the channel and the air raid this year. We get 2 football seasons in 2021 as of right now in North Carolina, so I'm really excited about it. All that being said, man, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, so here we are over in our Just Play software, and I wanted to kind of talk you through 3 reasons why I really think that you can be an effective running coach, be effective at running the ball and still be an air raid team. The first one is if you utilize your fast screens well. And you're like, wait a minute, Coach, we talking about running game and you're over here talking about fast screens. I had a coach hit me up on Twitter just yesterday, in fact, asking me if we called fast screens the same way we call like power or counter or anything like that, or if we just use it as a key. And I told him, I was like, no, we call it's our sweep. Fast screens are our sweep plays pretty much. And really what I want you to look at, and this is not a fast screen video, there's plenty of those on the channel, trust me. But really what I want you to look at is look at the box and the alignment of the defense. And this is an alignment we get quite a bit. A lot of these 3-4 teams are going to give you the 2-4 eyes and all this other good stuff. And, we're going to get into all that stuff later on. But what I wanted you to see is why the fast screens can help you with your run game. Because if you look right here, if we fast screen to X over here, okay? So we go flat to 5 for H. He goes here. He comes in, bang, and then you get your lineman out there, right? By alignment, numerically, you are at an advantage. So they're going to have to take this will right here and move him out. And you can play with it a little bit. Move H out just a little bit like that. Now this guy is going to have to split the difference for a number of reasons, because if you run 4 verticals or if you're running, dig routes or anything with H, he's not going to be able to redirect and still be on, either on the line of scrimmage or 1-by-3 or something like that to really play with the running game. So they're going to have to do something. Or even better, they do this deal and they leave him in the box, and then they go 1 high. Well, then now your run game really gets good, because you can do things like motion and do things like that. But that fast screen and the threat of that fast screen, if you call them early and often, and I was telling the coach when I was talking to him, I was like, hey, look, on my play card, it says throw screens, and it says throw them often, early and often. I want to do that as much as possible. And one of those reasons is to kind of dictate where those flat defenders go. And this video is going to be a lot about doing things to flat defenders. Trust me when I tell you that. And so the fast screen is really that first kind of cog to being a really good running team if you're an air raid team. And if you look at guys like Carolina does a lot of screens and things like that, whether it's the fast screens or the pedal screens and stuff like that. So it's really, really important, especially at the high school level. If you're using these fast screens, it's going to help you in your running game. So like reason 2, and you guys are gonna be like, yo, Coach, why you got shallow cross on the screen right there, and we're talking about run game. But reason 2 is because of all the crossing routes that we use in the offense, whether it be mesh or shallow or anything like that. you make the defenders with the air raid passing game be cognizant of that flat area right there, that overhang area. So you can control them the same way we were talking about using the fast screen to widen the whip or the SAM or whatever you want to call them. Your crossing routes do the same thing. If that flat defender right here stays tight in the box, he's going to have a hard time stopping the shallow coming out from underneath. And trust me, when people start looking at our offenses, they're saying, okay, we got to stop the shallow cross, we got to stop mesh, we got to stop screens, and then they're like, okay, now we got to stop the run too. Most people start off with the run, but you can convince them that the run isn't the most important thing by calling those screens and using your crossing routes to make that flat defender get wider, because it's only natural. They're not going to give that up, because you got a guy who's coming full steam right here, who they want that guy to be there to kind of slow him down, because if he catches that thing going full speed, he's going to run to the numbers and turn up the sideline, and that's really a dangerous level. So by using those crossing routes, you also widen the box, and that's the thing. I got my 53-3 shirt on today, and there's some 53-3 merchandise over at Teespring if you want to check that out. But 53-3, that whole squadron 53-3 thing is we want to make the defense cover all 53.3 yards of the field. We don't allow them to stack, and it's kind of the reverse concept of what the Armies and the Navies and Air Force guys are doing, where they're wanting to compact everybody in, and so then you can break one and get out. If it spits, it goes, or if you get the edge, it goes. And what we're trying to do is create vertical creases, and those crossing routes is the second way that you can create vertical creases in the box. All right, and then the last way to really increase your run game odds with the air raid is just by box counting and using RPOs. And the thing about, you can RPO out of any offense, obviously, but the air raid formations in particular give you really good opportunities to RPO. I had a good conversation with Phil Longo of Carolina about this a few weeks ago. We were talking about it, and I was like, Coach, how do you decide what RPOs to use and all this other good stuff like that? And I thought he was going to give me some super profound answer, but I need to learn better than that. Every time I talk to an air raid guy, I think there's going to be some super profound, complicated answer, and it really ends up being something really simple. And really what he said is he's like, just game plan the grass. We game plan the grass for the run and the RPO. And it's like, okay, cool. And so like right here, you can see we're controlling the width of the bandit with our H right here, with our screen game and stuff like that. And so now we have this grass, game plan. We're gonna run counter, whether we give it to the running back or we put him over here and we give it to the quarterback or whatever. We can do quarterback counter, tailback counter, whatever. But we have 6-on-6 basically when you add the quarterback into the mix. And then if the bandit starts falling through, now you just put the H and replace. And so it really, really helps when you're able to, create that 3-on-2 matchup with the safeties kind of getting wide. When you're using your fast screens, you're forcing, your strong safety or your nickel back is going to be sitting out here because he's more worried about H shallow than he is falling in on the run game. So you're kind of controlling those vertical creases, and now you got an opportunity, especially if you're a counter team or anything like that. And I think that's why you see a lot of Oklahoma, Carolina, they're really successful with counter or even power if they have an H-back in there, is because that gives you that +1. And so, you get a 4-man side, and now you get 4-man blocking if you bring those two from the backside. Okay, so it's really, really cool how you can use that air raid philosophy and formations to do those kind of things. So the third way, obviously, is to control the box count. Give your quarterback the opportunity. He comes up there, he sees a 5-man box, give him the free range to check to a run, or even if it's a 6-man box, if you got two men in the backfield. Anytime you get a +1, check to a run, and it's going to give you an advantage. Coaches, I hope today's video helps you as you look to expand your air raid offense and gives you a better understanding of how you can use your air raid to increase the effectiveness of your run game. And for those of you guys who made it this far in the video, here's 15 free screen and run game courses over on CoachTube. The first 15 of you guys get over to CoachTube and you log in and you use this coupon code right here, you'll get a course for free. Hopefully that'll help you some more. As always, guys, if I can ever help you, hit me up on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe the video, share it, let your friends know about the channel. Thanks for coming to Air Raid Nation, and as always, spin it to win.